Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Today we will discuss on the topic overthinking. Once, two monks were traveling together to reach another village. At one point, they came to a river with a strong current. As the monks were preparing to cross the river, they saw a young and beautiful woman attempting to cross. The young woman asked them if they could help her to cross the river. Thinking of the consequences, the junior monk didn't show any signs of help and started crossing the river alone. The senior monk, taking pity on the woman, carried her on his shoulders across the river. The younger monk couldn't believe what had just happened. Nevertheless, he had no guts to question the senior monk. The incident kept pestering him over and over again. Next morning, both the monks completed their rituals and moved to refectory for breakfast. The senior monk noticed that the junior monk was troubled. He kindly asked him what was troubling him. The junior monk was hesitant. However, he poured out, stating, "We have taken a vow that as monks we cannot touch a woman. But you carried that woman on your shoulders last morning." The senior monk affectionately looked at the junior monk and replied, "Brother, I set her down on the other side of the river last morning, and you are still carrying her in your mind." Our thoughts and actions are based on our beliefs and conflict with facts and reality. Most of our problems about which we constantly think are creation of our own mind and imaginary. They are based on our beliefs and not on reality. Often, many carry around past hurts and hold on to resentments. Many are trapped in a series of pesky thoughts, unable to shrug off. It is called overthinking. Overthinking is repetitive and unproductive thoughts, preventing you from taking action. Overthinking also creates so many opinions and choices. Ultimately, you end up unable to make a decision. A concept called analysis paralysis. According to Lord Buddha, nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded.
चल छोड़ना यार, पिज्जा खाएगा? क्या सोच रहा है यार? जो आ रहा है दिमाग में स्टार्ट करना।
यार परफेक्शन के चक्कर में मैं शुरू ही नहीं कर पाता।
तो कुछ ज्यादा बड़ा स्टार्ट मत कर, लेकिन स्टार्ट तो कर। देखा, मैंने कहा था ना, कम बजट और बिना सपोर्ट के बावजूद वो लोग कर जाते हैं।
ओ हेलो, किससे बात कर रहे हो?
कुछ नहीं है, बस ऐसी आइडिया सोच रहा हूँ।
यार तू 3 साल से सोच ही रहा है, शुरू कब करेगा?
हेलो शकील भाई मेरे पास ना एक गजब का आइडिया है। आज मिलते हैं और उसके बारे में थोड़ा अच्छे से डिटेल में प्लानिंग करते हैं, बात करते हैं। बताओ क्या कहते हो?
नहीं यार, इस बार मैं किसी भी आइडिया पर बात करना नहीं चाहता। अकेले रूम में बैठे खुद से बात कर करके पक गया हूँ। मैं चाहता हूँ कि अभी जो आइडिया सोचा है उसको शुरू करूँ। इनफैक्ट अभी से। हेलो हेलो हेल यार, ये फोन तो 2 महीने से बंद पड़ा है।
Broadly speaking, there are two types of overthinking: ruminating about the past and worrying about the future. A close friend passing a derogatory remark in the class, or a manager issuing a memo to his subordinate. In both cases, the victims continuously overthink about the incident and unable to forget what had happened to them. Overthinkers feel vulnerable about the future. They think about what worst might happen to them, like in their investments, relationships, health, job, or business. Worries related to these issues make them more anxious, sad, and frustrated. Overthinking is mentally draining and destructive and rooted in uncertainty. Why do people overthink? Often, many get caught up in overthinking for two primary reasons: sticking in fear and lack of trust in oneself. People with perfectionist mindset are scared of committing mistakes, and people with dictatorial mindset are always anxious if someone would question their authority or actions. Winston Churchill once said, "When I look back on all these worries, I remember the story of the old man who said on his deathbed that he had had a lot of trouble in his life, most of which had never happened." Some are mulling over even the smallest decisions they make because they're afraid of making the wrong choice. Exploitation, remote controlling, abusing, creating fear psychosis, creating instability, etc. in society, family, and workplaces victimizes the dependents and leads to their overthinking. Childhood abuse or parental neglect can make one stick to constant hypervigilance state and lead to experience obsessive thoughts. People who have experienced any kind of trauma are more vulnerable to overthinking. A study conducted at the University of Michigan revealed that 73% of adults between 25 to 35 years overthink. Surprisingly, ages between 45 to 55 years was 52%. Younger age groups are more vulnerable to overthinking than older groups. How does overthinking affect one's well-being? The issues of overthinking extend to all spheres of life. Overthinking on the outside might seem extremely harmless. However, it exacerbates mental issues like stress, anxiety, and depression. It hampers problem solving, decision making, and disrupts daily routine activities. Chronic overthinking impacts sleep and appetite. It interferes in interpersonal relationships, tend to promote misunderstandings, wrong choices, denials, and escapism. How to stop yourself from overthinking? We are always told that everything is at best when it is within limits. There are various solutions to handle overthinking. Meditation and mindfulness enhance complete psychological well-being. It improves concentration, emotional regulation, and reduces stress. Regular breathing exercise or pranayam can calm one's mind. One can reset thinking patterns with a calm mind and begin afresh with a healthy thinking style. Channelizing one's energy to something productive, diverting one's focus on pleasant things such as one's hobbies like reading, gardening, writing, spending time with family, friends, etc., from one's troubling thoughts. Counting one's blessings. Better to be grateful than regretful. Being grateful helps one realize all the good and positive things around. Tell oneself a new story. When one is overthinking, usually repeats a fearful story in mind. Why not use the same brain power to imagine an outcome that one likes to see? Building self-trust. One of the simple ways to start building self-trust is by keeping the promises or resolution one makes to oneself, like getting up early, doing daily exercises, not hurting others' sentiments, helping others in need, etc. When one follows what one says, self-trust grows. Reaching out to professional help. If you are in problem of overthinking beyond your control, speak to a trained mental health expert for guidance and strategies. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones. With just a little effort, you can replace overthinking with productive self-reflection and problem solving to reclaim your brain power, energy, and time. Replace overthinking with thinking deeply. What's the difference between thinking deeply and overthinking? Although the two logically look similar, they are different. Thinking deeply involves problem solving. However, overthinking involves dwelling on the problem. When you are overthinking, you may feel anxious, scared, scattered, and uncomfortable in your body. On the other hand, thinking deeply is comfortable. You may feel calm, curious, possibly you are excited, depending on what you are thinking about. Let me wind up with a beautiful quote from Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off your bowliness, sail away from safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Have a great day. God bless you.